Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to start taking care of some of the damage that we have on the cab itself. Got rust holes right here, there's some more in the rocker and up in this front piece here. So got this replacement. I went ahead and got these new door pillar pieces. Even though they're not that bad, that's still really pitted, and I think it'll be easier since I'm replacing a lot of that anyway. Just go ahead and piece out this bottom piece for it. Along with that, I've got the new rocker, the back piece there, and then eventually we're going to get to this. This will be a lot of work here when we get to that point, because I'm going to try and move this whole arch over. But today I'm just going to focus on trying to get everything tore apart and maybe just get the first step of it replaced. This will be obviously a big process, so it'll be probably a couple shows there. But that's where we're going today. I'm going to go ahead and get everything taken apart here, and then we'll start cutting out some of the bad sections so that we can get started on the replacement of them. As you can see here, this here is the worst corner. I can put my whole hand in there. But, I mean, we have good metal up in here. So, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut all that back right to there. And then get that out of there. So, before everybody gets all wound up on me about bracing this cab, keep in mind, I've already got the floor still intact. The cab mounts are on the front and on the back. And all the structure is still in place there. I don't think that this is going to shift. I could be wrong, and you guys might be right later on, but I think we're going to be all right, being we're just replacing just the fronts. So. The more I've dug into this, the more I'm finding is bad in this front kind of pillar section here. On the back side of here, that's all rusted out. So I was wanting to stay away from this hinge hole, but it looks like that I'm going to have to go and get that replaced as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from the top of this hole right here now up so far, make a line, and then I'll have a reference point once I cut that out of how far down from that to that point, so that I know how to get that back in its spot later on. Now that I've got the rocker pretty well cut out and the front cut out as much as I really need to there, addressing the back, I've got rust that comes all the way up to here that's pretty pitted. I hate to really cut a ton of this out, but I've got this whole piece. You know, it goes way up to there. So no sense in fighting with fixing something that's already pretty pitted when I can just cut it out. I think I'm just going to cut this front off and then right here, because I am going to change out this whole back piece here and do away with the gas filler here, because with the tank eventually going to be in the bed, the filler nozzle is going to have to fit somewhere back there. This is no longer going to be used as a gas filler, so we're going to patch that in anyway. So we'll definitely be patching this corner all the way. So I'm just going to cut in here and see what's really behind that and go from there. Now that I've got everything cut out of the way, I am seeing a few things that are going to have to be addressed, which I figured once I cut into this that was going to be the case. First of all, being the way that this sits in here, I don't think I noticed this before. I thought that the cab just fit down over the frame with no issues, but as bad as those rockers and everything were rusted there, it apparently just took these tabs along this rocker piece and just bent them straight in. That's only affecting the front because the cab kind of makes like a pizza shape there, so it gets a little tight up here at the front. So to contend with that issue, right about here where this flange bend comes down through here, I'm just going to take that and bend that over. I don't think that that's really going to affect anything. I've already reworked the front cab corner there so much that the strength is really there. This here is just to kind of tie things together more than anything anymore. So I think we're going to have to hammer and dolly that over. The other thing is the way that I have that plate coming out, it comes into this area right here. So I'll have to put a little notch so that that can slide back over that. But other than that, I think we'll be good to go ahead and get this put into place. You know, once that's knocked back right there, that'll fit in just fine. So don't think we're going to run into too much issues. As for the back here, I only cut it off just right there. I am going to still come up further here with this. I just didn't feel the need to jump right into that just quite yet, because first thing we want to get on is this. If we get this into place, that's where everything else is going to be measured off of, because there was no good way to measure here on this backside because this was already rusted completely off. So I feel like as long as we get this in here, we'll get that down to where that matches up on there. Then we've got a distance to go off of. Same thing with this back cab corner. You know, as long as that's staying really close, that'll be fine. If it doesn't match up perfectly on the fitment there of the door, you know, if the gap's off just a hair, I'm not too concerned. I mean, this isn't a show truck, so. That looks pretty good so far. Just put a couple tacks in there just to make sure that that is where we want that to be and everything. I can always hit that. That's a nice easy thing to get to weld to. You know, once we get back to some of these pieces, that's not really going to be the case. Those are going to be really hard to get in and weld to. So, not looking forward to that, but that at least gives us an idea of what we are looking at. That's going to meet up nice right there. You know, still a lot of work in all those individual things. I'm just going to take my time because this is kind of an overwhelming thing for me. I've never done anything like this, so there's a lot that can go wrong with that. So I hate to ruin the whole truck because I rushed something here. So we'll just take our time and we'll get through it. But looking at some of the pieces here, you know, that one there, that's obviously going to take some hammer and dolly work before we can even do anything with that. Granted, you know, that's probably how that came out the first time, and, you know, putting it in there would probably be back to the same. But if I'm going to go through the trouble, I'm going to hit that down and make sure that that doesn't stick up and throw us off just a hair there. So that's where we're going to go moving forward. So I'm going to clean up here. Took care of a lot of issues that, you know, at first when I bought this truck, I thought it was really great shape. The more I dug into it, the more I found stuff like this. So overall, I'm pleased with where we got with that. So next time, we're just going to continue on with changing out some of these body panels. Probably focus on one side. Probably going to do the front because, like I said, the back's going to have a lot of modification to get around how wide the frame is now. So that's where we're going in the future. Like always, thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up for me. We'll see you next time.